Hi everyone. So let's do some actual workings. Took us 2 videos to get to a video where we did a working. And so I'm excited to start. So today you're going to need 2 things. First is a candle. Ideally it's a candle that's large enough that you could use multiple times over. And the other is a stone. Again, ideally the stone is white or purple, but if all you've got is some gray rock you found on the side of the road, that will work. A stone is a stone, and we'll be able to give it some energy. Every energy, of course, is different, and there are, of course, stones that are nicer, have more distinct energy signatures, but make do with what you've got. We don't need to go stressing about this. So today, I've got this guy, which is a few years old, has never really been given a purpose that I'm going to use to give a purpose today. And I've got a white candle. So I have done this spell with these 2 objects already. So basically I'm going to do it again with these 2 objects so that you guys can do it yourself. So we're going to be making first, I call it a witch's web candle because I identify as a witch, but you can call it whatever you want. The goal is to have this candle be a beacon of connection with other people who support you, love you, and will add power to whatever you need help with, right? It's sort of like, if you believe in prayers, it'd be like supersizing your prayers. If you're thinking of ritual, it would be supersizing your ritual, that sort of thing. And then we're going to use the stone as a tool to enhance intuition and psychic abilities so that if we need it, it can help bring guidance and clarity to whatever we're doing. Now, the stone ritual was inspired by a book. I did not take directly from the book because I tend to just make stuff up in the middle of when I'm doing something. I get an idea and then I just do it. But it was inspired by this book, which is great, particularly if you don't have any, if you want to connect with nature more. Easy read. She's fairly enjoyable. I know she has another book that's called, I think, The Pagan Family. I'll, of course, put a link down below. But I highly recommend and have enjoyed it. And I stole, or not really stole, was inspired by her spell in here. Okay, so to start this ritual like you would any other, set your space, right? So cleanse. If you're someone who calls in the elements or does anything like that, call them on in, get that space set for you so that you feel ready to do whatever working. I didn't call a deity specific in this ritual, but of course you can if you feel like that's something you want to do. Artemis is one that crossed my mind. No, excuse me. Arcadia was one that crossed my mind, but I didn't feel inclined to pull any in. I believe on the day that we actually did this working, we called in Isis and Hecate, but again, up to you, whatever you want to do. So we're going to start with the candle. What you may want to do, and again, this is only if you have the supplies, is dress your candle. The simplest way of dressing a candle to signify it, mark it as something sacred, is to simply take an oil, and it can be olive oil, whatever you have at home, and you just swipe it up. And this is you sanctifying your candle, basically, saying that this is a special candle. You, of course, can go beyond that if you have herbs, essential oils, things like that you want to add, thinking of, the people you want to connect to, the magical practitioners that you want to connect to when you're doing your working, then you can add them. Particularly if it's a good memory. I was thinking some people might be like, well, what oils should I use? What about this? What about that? And what came to me as, if you have any specific memory about really feeling connected to community and really feeling connected to your power, to the people that you know, connect to, work with in a magical way, use things that are significant to that memory. So if you're having a dinner and the chicken tasted of rosemary, let's say, you could use a rosemary oil or rub some rosemary on it so that it smelled a little like rosemary. That sort of thing. That's what I would recommend, rather than going down the path of using specific herbs that are connected to maybe psychic abilities, something like that. But again, whatever you have. If you've got nothing, you can anoint with spit, actually, if you wanted to, because then you're really marking it as your own. So you can always lick your finger and anoint that sucker with spit. You can, of course, also use blood if you wanted to, because of your own. Only your own. If you wanted to, because, of course, then you're really marking it as your own. But that's very powerful, and we don't necessarily want to go down the road of blood magic yet. So I would say spit, oil, herbs. Then what we want to do is once you are centered in your sacred space, you've got your candle anointed, hopefully in some way. So if you had a candle holder in front of you so that you can put your hands around it but not necessarily have to hold on to it since you've marked it with all your stuff already, that would be easiest. So what we're going to do, you want to take a few breaths to get yourself centered into your circle. Nice and easy. Just close your eyes. Few big deep breaths in. Now, with your eyes closed, feel the power within your body. The power that's in your veins. The divine cosmic energy that runs through you. Does it make you warm? Do you tingle? Are you cold? Feel that power in your body. As you breathe, begin to concentrate that sensation in your chest. Does it have a color? Visualize the color of your power growing stronger and brighter in your chest as you breathe. When you feel like you have a clear, powerful, throbbing, churning ball of brightly colored power in your chest, think of someone close to you who supports you on your path, who aids you, holds you in your magic. See their face, see their body standing before you. Now let a beam of your powerful, colorful light move from your chest to theirs. Now think of another person. Another person who supports you. And connect your beam to them. Keep breathing, focusing on your own power as it connects to those who help support you. Know that this connection is in no way harmful. This connection we are creating is only for support and only to be used when we need it and only to be used when it's helpful. As you visualize the connection you've made to those closest to you, now see them connecting to others who support them on their path, in their power and in their magic. Let the web grow. as we are connected to so many, and so many are connected to us. Now picture this ever-changing, ever-growing web of light moving through time, moving to those in our past, our ancestors, who silently support us, who maybe have no face or no name, but are there. And move this connection into the future, to the magical practitioners, shamans, mystics, indigenous healers that we will support, teach, love. See this web growing as it gets stronger, as it holds more and more power. Just as we feed this web feeds us, gives us what we need when we call to this web and ask. Now place your hands around your candle. As we ignite the flame of this candle, we ignite this web to be used for support, strength, and power when our workings call upon it. And as we can call upon this web, those who are in this web can call upon us. By simply lighting the flame of their power, we will add ours to support and help. Now take a minute. Think on the spell. Think on the prayer, the wish, the intent for this tool. And speak it out loud, giving your candle its mission. Knowing that this web only brings what we need, is only there when we need it, and is not draining of us at all. When you are ready, seal your spell. So let it be. So that's our witch's web. When you light this candle, you can call upon that web, past, present, and future, asking for the support and the guidance you need.